Here's Tower Collages Remake. Sorry that the other video had its mic turned off. I did not know that my mic was turned off. And here's Tower Collages. This right here shows the three coolest red and white towers in the US that are not Blonoxes. This right here is the Armstrong Tower in Alpine, New Jersey. It has the design of a pylon tower due to all those arms. This is also the first FM tower ever built. It has a modern incandescent up there. This was constructed in like the 30s, so its original beacon was an old school incandescent, of course. Its markers are I think on one of these arms here. Maybe one of these. I don't know. This was temporarily used as a TV tower after the World Trade Center was destroyed. And one of the old World Trade Center towers did have a TV antenna. So this tower, it's also used for an experimental TV station right now. This right here is the Sutro Tower. It's used as a TV tower. It has to be the weirdest looking TV tower ever. When I first saw this tower on Google Maps, I was so confused. It used to have your average box strobes and FE307 set up, but it now has red and white dye-white LEDs, I think. They might be Drake lighting, I don't know. This right here, I'm probably the only tower in 3DS that knows this tower. This is the Stonehenge Tower. It's in Portland, Oregon, and Sutro Towers in San Francisco. You'll probably already know that. Stonehenge Tower, I don't know its beacon set up, unfortunately, but that beacon up there, it looks like an LED. I don't know what this tower is being used as right now. Probably like FM. It's either a TV tower or an FM tower. Yep, there's those three. Now, all the monopoles in my area that have beacons. This right here is the closest one of the 5 in the Huntsville area that has beacons. See, there's 2 things up there that resemble dual strobes, 2 dual strobes. But those are actually just boxes that are resembling dual strobes. Antenna boxes. This tower actually has an FH306 up there that's very hidden. It proves that it actually has a beacon. You can see markers. 5 set of cell antennas makes this tower look really cool. This tower up here, I filmed this tower like a day or 2 ago. It was constructed in the early 2010s, I think, and has a flash technology dual strobe. Still has it when I filmed it. The street view was 3 months ago. Street view of the 306 monopole was like 2 years ago. That would be like 2019. The street view is from like late 2021. The bottom set of cell antennas were added on between like 2019 and 2021. They weren't there in older street view. There's that tower. This one right here is in Brownsboro. I think it used to have a flash technology dual strobe, but it now has an FTS 370. Thankfully, it still has study side markers. It might be my least favorite of these 5 monopoles. This one right here, it's in Madison, Alabama, next to a gas station, across the street from a gas station. And see, it has 2 flash technology dual strobes atop. Sadly, this tower is markerless. This street view was 5 years ago, and it's still like this as of today. The reason why this has beacons and it's really small is because this tower is near the Huntsville International Airport. Yeah, and this is Smartopole right here. It's very weird. It doesn't have any antennas on it at all, meaning that it's probably abandoned. Unless if there's like hidden cell antennas in it. As you can see, it has a flash technology dual strip, and the markers are very high up. I would imagine them being like right here. This tower actually gone through a malfunction before. Well, the dual strip was stuck on day mode. But that was fixed in late 2021. I found that out like 3 or 4 months ago. But then like a month later, the beacon was stuck on day mode again. But when I saw it at night, which is from a distance, it was now normal again. So what's up with this tower's dual strobe? The only thing on this tower is the dual strobe markers and the lightning rod. There's no building next to it, so I have a fear that this tower will be taken down. Now, all 5 towers in the Huntsville area that has TWR strobe and LEDs. This right here is the Barrett Mountain Radio Tower. You see it's used as a radio tower. It's a 3-legged red and white tower. It has 2 sets. The 2 bottom set of strobe LEDs are at the same side for some reason. Same leg. And this does have 2 set of side markers, so this is an awesome tower. In that tower you see there's a beaconless antenna. It's really raining outside. Probably hear it. This right here is the former MCI Longlines Tower in Madison. According to older street views, it used to have a modern incandescent. According to street view from like 3 months ago, I found out that it has a TWR strobe LED. I thought this tower had a modern LED. I think I remember when I was younger, before I ever had my channel, when I seen this tower at night. I think I remember seeing it having an FTS 370. If that is, thank God it got replaced by my favorite beacon. H.G. Jackson said that this tower got an FTS 370. It appears that it's been replaced by TWR strobe LED. That's really cool. This tower right here is in Owens Crossroads. I filmed this tower guarding the Gunnersville Arc. It's not that of a special tower besides its beacon. It's 2 set of cell antennas. Well, those are cell antennas. Those aren't really. I used to have a 3rd set of cell antennas between these 2, but those were removed in like the mid-2010s. This tower was constructed, I'll say like the early 2000s. This tower would be like the 80s, probably 90s. This one would be the mid-80s. And I'm gonna look at these 2. This one right here, it's actually a Walmart tower. Yeah, it's just a boring cell tower beside its beacon. It was constructed in like the mid-2010s, I think. So it's strobe LED's original. Its markers are right there. You can't see them. This tower right here was constructed year between 2013 and 2019. You see, those 2 platforms look very cool. There's the markers. You can see the beacon. It's on the other side of the platform. A bunch of antennas, and there's a set of 5G antennas, and there's also some microwave dishes. Such a cool looking tower. My favorite of these, that would either be the radio tower, or the MCI Longlines Tower. My least favorite, that would be this one, because it looks so boring and bland. It looks like your average cell tower. And then I don't. It's not very boring since it does have a TWR strobe and LED, and those are pretty rare. And yeah, it's my favorite beacon as well. The 4 Walmart towers in Missouri. The first, the raw Walmart tower, or the first Walmart tower. So this street view was like 3 months ago. This tower was constructed in like 2002. It used to have an FH309, but in 2016, its 309 got replaced by a mysterious night mode only LED. I believe it's a new LED. This is by Orga. The tower did not look like this when it had its 309. It started to look like this in late 2021. You know, I've gone for a big modification to the cell antennas. And this, by the way, this is the Big LT's favorite tower. And here you can see the markers there. The second Walmart tower. This is in Springfield, Missouri. It was constructed in 2001, I think. It used to have an FH306, but the stupid FAA in September 2020 replaced the 306 with a stupid ITLS 3600 or modern LED. Curse you, FAA. You can see markers there. This tower, unfortunately, has flashing side markers now. How dare they do this to this tower? Shame on the FAA. 3 set of platforms, with one of them having cell antennas. The top platform does look cool. And this is the street view is when it had its 306. This is like 2019 street view. Or probably early 2020. This right here is the 3rd Walmart tower. It's in Branson, Missouri. This is the only water tower that's going to be on the video. It's a cell tower hybrid. It has a flash technology dual strobe. I'd say this was constructed in like the 70s or 80s. So I think this used to have like an old school incandescent or just markers. Probably. This is the 4th Walmart tower. It's in Branson, it's in Ozark, Missouri. It used to have a flash technology dual strobe, which it has in this street view, but I think the Big LT said it now has an LED. And I think he said it was actually a Helium Phillips Horizon. And those are really rare. That's cool. I like those 3 antennas up there. Kind of resembles a candelabra. So yeah, I can't see the markers, unfortunately. Right here is 5 of the landmark towers. This is the one in Bloomington, Illinois. It has a white only LED. Might be 2 up there. And these circle platforms look pretty weird. I think there's another set of LEDs like right there. This one right here is in Cincinnati, Ohio. I think it used to have SS125s and modern incandescents, but it now has dyed white LEDs, I think. You can't see the TV antenna, unfortunately. This right here is the Huey's Memorial Tower, which is in Washington, D.C. It used to have SS125s and modern incandescents, but the modern incandescents have since been replaced by night mode only dye white LEDs. The box strobes are still there. And this tower since had its TV antenna removed. It's because of the smaller tower right here. This is probably older than this landmark tower. I don't get it. I think this has a second set of beacons. I think it's right there. This is the Mesquite Landmark Tower in Mesquite, Texas. See, there's two donut things there. Things that look like donuts.
Connor, you ready to eat?
Yeah, I'm making a video right now. Let's talk about that. This tower right here, it's at a school, so hopefully it doesn't get demolished. It has box strobes and night glowing diorite LEDs. That's what this tower has. The beacon set is pretty weird. At the very top of the antenna, there's only box strobe. I think there's a set of LEDs there. And there's a set of box strobes and LEDs there. And it has a pretty weird beacon setup. And this is the Landmark Tower in Shreveport, Louisiana. I think it used to have dual strobes, but it now has LEDs. I think they're FTS 370s, unfortunately. Now, 4 of the Blawnox Towers. This is supposed to be one of 3 Blawnox Towers in the in Charlotte, North Carolina. It has 2 sets of FH308s. This is the one in Brentwood, Tennessee. Yeah, in the Nashville area. I actually filmed this tower before. It has 2 modern incandescents next to the TV antenna and 1 set of markers there. That's it. There's no beacon on top of the antenna. This is the Blawnox Tower in Mason, Ohio, WLW. I don't know its beacon setup, but I think it has an old school incandescent up there. And set of markers right there. And I think the WLW lettering lights up. Hopefully it does. And this is supposed to be the Blawnox Tower in Columbus, Ohio. I think it has an LED up there. I'm going to say it's a white only. Oh. Did it twice. Wow, so the four cement long line towers. This one right here is the one in White Plains, New York. This is a weird cement tower, dude. It's attached to some buildings. It appears that it used to have a KG225 and an old school incandescent, but the KG225 has been replaced by an LED, and the old school incandescent was left to rot. And it's here that it's been repurposed as a cell tower. You see a lot of cell antennas walking that one area. This is supposed to be the cement tower in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. In the beginning of its life, I think it either had markers or it's probably beaconless. I'll say in somewhere in the 2000s or probably early 2010s. In like the late 2000s or early 2010s, this pole was added for some reason. It doesn't even have any antenna, so there's like no reason for this to be, but there's one good reason that it's on here. It's because it makes this tower now have a beacon. Okay, this tower used to have a flash technology dual strobe, but it now has an LED, unfortunately. This is the cement tower in Brecksville, Ohio. It just has a pair of markers on top. I don't think they work anymore. And now there's microwave dishes on it. And the last one, this is the one in Wyra, Ohio. I think that's how you pronounce it. It has an old school incandescent up there. And does have an additional steel port that was added in the 60s.